Well, hello, everyone. And isn't it about time that I did an October energy report? I guess better late than never. I don't know. Why didn't I do this earlier? I'll tell you, because I wasn't feeling anything for October. No particular change in status. Everything seemed, it just felt status quo. And I haven't listened to any other energy updates, but I did listen to a Vedic astrologer for this month, and I heard things like, oh, it's going to be an explosive month. It's especially at the end of the month, and all this stuff is coming. And I was like, I don't feel anything. I feel nothing. For me, this month indicates a status quo. Nothing is changing. Everything is kind of staying the same, like we're in a lull. And that's exactly what we're at, apparently. So this, what I got was for the end of the October, next 2 weeks, but basically kind of where we're at in general in this change process. So the word that I got for this time that we're in, I'm sorry, I hope you can't hear my stomach growling, is the word delirium. And it's absolutely the perfect word. And I'm going to read you, if I can find my thing here, I'm going to read you the definition because it's so perfect. The definition of delirium is an acutely disturbed state of mind that occurs in fever, intoxication, and other disorders, and is characterized by restlessness, illusions, and incoherence of thought and speech. I mean, that totally sums up what I feel for humanity, and just in general, everything that's going on, that we're in a delirium. Okay, so that totally resonates with me. When I just tuned in for the collective energy, what I saw was a surfer, we humanity, as on a surfboard, entering into this big, huge wave. We just entered into the tunnel of a wave, and at the end, a long way off, is the light. I'll talk about that later. Just entering into this, this tunnel of the wave. When I tuned into the US for the feeling energy of the US, I got cold. Now, of course, we're moving into a fall and winter time, but it felt more like, oh, there's a chill in the air, but I felt really sick, and I felt even nauseous and kind of a disgusting, like we're just in a terrible time. And I think this is the word delirium. This is when I got the word delirium. We're just in this kind of feeling sick time. Like nothing is really changing enough. We can't see anything at the moment. I decided this is a very short energy report, I hope. I always make things longer. I tuned into Biden because I just thought I would check in. We already know he's got dementia, and I did an oracle session, and the sage confirmed once again that dementia is just running wild with him. And when I tuned in, and this is a little different, I tuned in with him before, and I kind of felt a Biden there. And what I felt is I immediately felt, oh my God, he's not there. And he's just empty. But, for being kind of empty and having dementia, he's actually functioning a lot better than he has been, right? I mean, he still has his goofs, but he's still functioning quite well. And what I felt was he is like this dementia or whatever's going on cognitively, he doesn't realize what he's doing is he's like functioning in another reality or another time in his life. And so he's making, he thinks he's speaking from a different period in his life and isn't seeing reality as it currently is. So he's not even there. He's not here in this time period with us. And when I did an oracle session, let's see, I just wanted to ask, yeah, he's totally got dementia. Has he declined cognitively since being in office? And I got a lukewarm answer, like maybe, probably need more information. And I asked, is he capable and I asked, does he already have dementia? And I got a yes, and I got that long before. Is he capable of making good decisions? And I got a yes. And of course, he's capable. When you ask questions like this, you have to be very particular with your words. Of course, he's capable of making good decisions, but he's not really in this reality. But also, I asked, he's not making any decisions at all. He's totally empty. And I felt that he was being puppeteered by others. And of course, I mean, this happens to every president. And I asked, is Biden being puppeteered by others? Yes. So he's not really there. He's capable of making good decisions if he were focused in this reality in this current time and seeing things how they are on this planet. But he thinks he's in another time of his life, and the other people are telling him what to do, and he thinks everything's like his decisions are great. So yeah, poor Biden. So that's what I got for Biden. Let me see what else. I did get a hexagram for this time period, which is very telling. But what else do I want to tell you? So this sick feeling that I got, I asked the sage, what is this sick feeling about? And it is the feeling, and I asked, is it this feeling that the people are feeling towards the US government? And I got ding, ding, ding. So we're all just like, oh, this is sickening, and we can't, oh, which I'm right there with you. And then I asked something about, will the supply chain issue be severe? And I didn't get an answer because I think when you say, is it going to be severe, you have to define the word severe. So I didn't even get a response, yes or no. Will supply issues affect basic needs? Ding, ding, ding. Will it be remedied quickly? Wouldn't answer, because what does remedy mean? What does quickly mean? I had to be more specific, but I just didn't feel like asking. I said, do we need to stock up now? And I got a lukewarm, like, maybe. You need more information. And then I asked, is it too late? I got ding, ding, ding. So I think we're going to all be okay. But I thought that was funny. So now going back to the hexagram that I got, the collective energy hexagram gene key that I got for this time period is 24. And it's really just talking about the state of humanity's mind. The incoherence, our delirium, is caused by hexagram 24, and I got several of the shadow lines. And it indicates, first of all, gene key 24 is called returning. And it's talking about returning to one's true nature. And in this, on this planet, returning to, you know, Satyug or golden, just better times. Returning from making our mistakes. And the sage is indicating that humanity is stuck in this addictive pattern, which is gene key 24, the interpretation of this hexagram. Addictive patterns of, first of all, we're not interested mentally, like we haven't thought about returning to our true nature, and we're hindering ourselves from returning to our true and natural nature because of our pride and our addictive tendencies to, when we make a mistake, that we have pride and that we don't own up to it, we won't bring ourselves into humility, or that we recognize our mistakes and that we have guilt, so much guilt, and so we block ourselves. And that when others make mistakes, that we are too easily to say like, oh, that's just the way he is, that we're not kind of standing up for ourselves. We're not saying no to all the injustices that we see. We kind of just let people do what they do. That's just what's going on. We're taking no stand, and we're letting our pride keep us from recognizing our own mistakes and correcting ourselves, bringing us back to humility. And this is all coming from our addictive habits, from mental defenses. And this is all coming from our fear of survival. So we're kind of like in this addictive loop of being frozen or collapsing within ourselves, and that we're not kind of stepping back and taking a rest in the gap. And this is the message that the sage was trying to give to me with that vision of the wave. Because I was asking him a bunch of questions about, was this wave, I asked like 6 different questions, trying to figure out, oh, is this about new energy coming in? Is it old energy, something new? And I was like, no. And then I sat back and I said, okay, what are you trying to tell me with this vision of the tunnel and the wave and the light at the end? And what he was trying to tell me was, after all my no's, it has nothing to do about entering in a new phase. Are we transitioning? Is it the same wave? Are we entering darker times? Are we exiting darker times? Are we birthing entering a new birth canal? No, but saying no. And then it finally hit me. He said, are we being told just to ride the wave out? Ding, ding, ding. And also came to me, and keep our eyes toward the light. Ding, ding, ding. And I asked, are we kind of entering in darker times? And I got a lukewarm answer. I mean, we're already in darker times, but we're in this period where we need to kind of just take a break, rest in the gap, get out of our addictive survival, prideish lack of humility, not looking at ourselves, period. This delirium that we're in, this constant mental search for survival and period. We have to take a break. We have to live in the gap and just step back and let the wave ride out. Okay, so that's the message from the sage. If we want to return to our true nature, we have to become humble, look at our own mistakes, but don't let other people off from their egoic mistakes as well. We have to say the inner no to all of it, everything that's going on. Okay, let's see, what else? I was asking, I think in relation to this riding the wave, is the shadow government still fully in control? No. Control over people breaking down? No. It's like, okay. Is the whole system is breaking down? Ding, ding, ding. So not just the control over the people. And really, I don't know if when I asked that question before, does the shadow government have control? Control is not the right word. It's kind of, they do things and it's our reaction to these things that makes it seem like they're in control, but it's our own reaction. Anyway, the whole system is currently breaking down. Ding, ding, ding. And I wanted to know how much of the system has started breaking down. And I asked the sage to let me know in percentages. So of course I started off with 10%, and I had a feeling, I said 10% into breakdown, ding, ding, ding. So we're not even, we've just kind of, like my vision of the wave, we've just entered into the tunnel. There's a light at the end, but we've got a long way off. We're only 10% into the breakdown of this dark period. And then I asked, because I thought, oh God, if we're only 10% in, how long is this going to take? And I asked, is it exponent? Does it get faster as we go along? Does it speed up? And he goes, yes, ding, ding, ding. So within a year, I asked, 1 year, is that enough breakdown to see positive change for humanity? Yes, a solid yes. So while we're only seeing 10% breakdown now, as time goes on, things are going to speed up. It gets exponentially faster. And within a year, we should begin to see positive changes for humanity. I didn't get a ding, ding, ding. I got a solid yes. So that means solid yes, enough to move forward. Anyway, so get out of your delirium, take a break, step back, get into humility, and start saying no to yourself, to the ego in yourself, and the people around you and the situations around you. But also don't let your pride and guilt for your own mistakes hinder you, because there's no progress that can be made if you feel bad and guilty, too much remorse or regret for making mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Let it go, humble yourself, and ask the sage, the universe, for help. Okay, that's the energy report. I guess I better do November pretty soon.